I'm Dr. Sanath Mahavithanage, Director, Center for Mindfulness-Based Research and Practices, University of Sri Jawadhanpura. I'm also a Senior Lecturer at the Faculty of Medical Sciences, University of Sri Jawadhanpura. Today, I would like to offer you few practical points on how to prevent the spread of coronavirus diseases. If you read CNN Health very recently, it has been mentioned that one of the biggest challenges for the prevention of spreading of coronavirus is that not touching our faces. Now, there was a research done in many years ago in one of the universities in Sydney, where they found under the surveillance camera an average person touch his or her face at least 23 times within a period of 1 hour. So that means every 3 minutes we touch our faces. Now you all know, with all these publicity with regard to the health messages on coronavirus diseases, that the touching your faces is one of the ways in which that you can get coronavirus infected. Now the other part is that in this research that they have found is that at least 40%, no, approximately 50% of all these touches actually directed towards our mouth, nose as well as our eyes. So therefore, it is a kind of a challenge for most of the people to stay without touching their faces. Now, further, in addition to that piece of research, the researchers have reported that the touching of your face gradually increases depending your emotional status. For example, if you are under stress, or if you are disturbed, or if you are in a kind of a situation where you can't control your emotions, the frequency of touching your face will be very high. So in that context, there is a way in which we can handle this. Now that is where the practice of mindfulness comes in very handy. Now what is mindfulness? Now the mindfulness is basically you maintain your mind always at the present moment. The nature of the mind is such that it has the tendency always to go to the past or future. It is not with us. But there is another facet or a feature of your mind that even though it goes away, it always comes back, and that is what you gain by practicing mindfulness. Now if you can practice mindfulness, then you may be wondering how this coronavirus disease prevention is related to mindfulness. Now this is the main thing. Now when you practice mindfulness, you know that almost all our activities mainly preceded by our thoughts. Now why certain activities become basically habitual activities is that those things just happens and we are not aware of the arising of those thoughts. Now when you keep on practicing mindfulness, what happens is that you will gain the ability to maintain your mind always with you at the present moment, so that you are aware of the arising of each and every thought as they arises. Now when you aware of the arising of the thought, there is another nature of your mind that all the other unnecessary thoughts slowly subsides and only the mindfulness prevails. In that context, other habitual actions will also be reduced or ceased. Now when you keep on practicing mindfulness, then advantage is that you can get rid of almost most of these addicted involuntary activities. So therefore, the touching of your face is one of the things that we can reduce. I would like to give a practical example of what mindfulness is. Now if you can look at this glass bottle, now you can see this is transparent and you can see. But if I shake this vigorously, you can see it is getting turbid and it is dark and it is cloudy. Now when it is cloudy, you can't see it. Now if you keep this glass bottle without shaking or in steady mode, you can see this glittering particle is slowly getting deposited one by one. And when all these particles are got deposited, the bottle becomes very transparent and very beautiful. Now our unmindful mind is also like this. thoughts are everywhere, and we don't know what thought is arising and what is not arising, and it is cloudy, it is dark, and we are actually under stress and maybe other situations. But if you can keep your mind steady, and if you can gain the ability of looking at each and every thought without forming any opinions, or which we basically say choiceless awareness, what would happen is that as these glittering particles got deposited at the bottom, all these unnecessary thoughts slowly gets subsides, and only the mindfulness prevails. And when the mindfulness prevails, what happens is that as there are no thoughts, there won't be any actions. So whenever there is an addiction, for example, there are so much of people who are addicted to social media and various activities, but when you keep on practicing mindfulness, what would happen is that you will be able to gain an understanding of the root cause or the thought that causes those actions. Now when you are aware of those thoughts, and because of the status of mindfulness, when the thought is subsided, and there won't be any action. So therefore it is one of the most practical and easiest way to get rid of not only your habit of always touching the face, any other negative habits is by practicing mindfulness. Now having said that, mindfulness does not stop here. There are clinical research and a lot of scientific evidences that when you keep on practicing mindfulness, that causes structural and functional changes in your brain. So, and that improves the most of the skills of that person. For example, the mathematical skills, the learning skills, and the social skills. You can name almost all the skills. One of the basic thing is mindfulness. So therefore, when you practice mindfulness, it's one of the ways that you can prevent getting contaminated with the coronavirus, but also there will be so much of other things, the beneficial things that you may experience. So I would like to give you 2 practical tips as to how you can quickly practice mindfulness, or some of the easiest way. Now, for example, when you're brushing your teeth in the morning, if you really look at your mind, where is your mind at that time? Most probably, we may be thinking something that we need to do after going to the office, or sometimes while we are driving to the office, we are already in the office thinking about the meetings that we need to do and thinking about the telephone calls that we need to make. But there is a thing that we can do, that we can be fully conscious of each and every activity as we do, and that itself will help you to increase the status of your mindfulness. There are so many activities that we do every day. We can be fully conscious, and you can use those opportunities to practice mindfulness. Apart from that, I recommend you to do the mindful walking. 10 to 15 minutes mindful walking a day will give you the basic energy to sustain the status of mindfulness throughout the day. If you have time, you can go for a mindfulness sitting as well. So if you need to know further information about how to practice mindfulness and how to sustain it, please log into our website, Center for Mindfulness Research and Practices, Faculty of Medical Sciences, University of Sri Jawadhanpura. Thank you very much.